you in your van?
Yeah, I sure am. As a
Righteous.
matter of fact, welcome to 15 Minutes of Fame. And I just got asked the question, am I in my van? Yes. So who is joining me today on the 15 Minutes of Fame is Mr. Kyle Villers. Met this gentleman in high school 20 centuries ago. And in those years that we've had, we've done many different jobs. We've held many different hats. And Kyle, as I've known you, I remember there was a time you used to build big bass speakers in the back of people's cars. Then it moved on to owning a restaurant, and currently right now you own a handyman business in Northern Colorado, building good, solid chunks of homes for people. So tell me all
That's
about
true.
this.
Well, thanks for having me on. This is actually a lot of fun. I really appreciate you taking the time today. And yeah, we've known each other for, since 1990 or something like that. I remember,
Yeah.
I think I remember the car you used to drive. But as we've moved through life, I spent some time, as everybody does, bouncing around from job to job out of high school. And there for a while, I worked in an auto detailing business. I strapped on a tool belt for a while and worked at my cat's about to join us, at a apartment complex and did a bunch of maintenance there. Then I went into 16 years of the restaurant business, started managing bars and restaurants, and actually owned one there for a while as well. After we got out of that in 2012, I think I clocked out on my last day in the restaurant business, and that was a wonderful day. Let me tell you that.
I
And
totally understand.
I still remember that day. But right in 2012, we really changed our entire lives. We not only changed our careers, but we also changed some of the ways we thought about how we were running our lives. And I can look back to that year in 2012 and understand that that's when everything changed for us. And now we do own a home maintenance company. I do all the handyman and remodel work, and my wife has the cleaning business.
It's really remarkable. I think that you and I have a parallel where we worked in the restaurant industry, and it was the one industry that taught us, get out, like go do something else,
Run.
man.
Run.
And it teaches you because it's such a hard industry, and it's so demanding. And now you're doing handyman stuff where you're functionally building things for people. Like what's the latest project you've done?
Just yesterday, I finished a bathroom in Old Town.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a huge remodel, but we got a new toilets and vanities and put a new floor in and fixed some water damage areas, and just basically taking care of people's homes. I don't do any new construction. I don't have the skills or knowledge for all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just like fixing things. I like
that's cool.
becoming a part of people's lives and taking care of their homes, because most people actually don't understand how a home really works, and understands a home is a living, breathing object, and it needs regular maintenance. And that's what I do. I most of my clients are repeat, and I have a small client list, but we're always so busy because we keep going back to do this or that, remodel this, remodel that.
Yeah, I think I remember asking you to do something like in May of one year, and you're like, well, I'm good till October, so see you then. And I'm like, cool. I'll just see what else is out there.
It's not uncommon for me to tell people, I'm 5, 6, maybe 8 weeks out, especially now with everything going on. We've pressed pause in our business right now. Not because we're technically classified as an essential business, anything in the construction world, and especially people still need their homes cleaned. But we've decided just on our own to take a step back, stay at home, not be part of the problem, and we just don't want to be going in and out of people's homes, because you never know if we could not only get sick ourselves, which is definitely a fear nowadays, but we don't want to harm anybody else by carrying anything from home to home.
Sure. No, that's a good, thoughtful way to do that. So then the question poses itself naturally right there is, you're a handyman, you've had all this work, the Rona shows up, shuts down a lot of schedules on a lot of people currently right now. Obviously, nobody's spending money because nobody's making money. So it's like, put this nominal sort of like wall up real quick. And it's like, all right, cool. What can a guy like yourself with the business that you own do in a time like this that is customer service? How do you reach out? How do you not disappear if like there's a light at the end of the tunnel of this, right? Let's just say there's a date, May 1st or whatever, right? And all of a sudden everyone's just back to doing what we used to do or whatever. What can you do now in your business that gives you an ability to come back strong?
Well, the first thing that we did was we just contacted all of our clients. My wife's business she's on a waiting list. She probably has 4 or 5 people waiting to get her services. I was probably 2 months booked out. So first thing we did is we communicated with everybody and just said, hey, this is a fluid situation. As of now, and this was 2 weeks ago when it wasn't as we weren't locked down. We just said, hey, it's a fluid situation. We're going to take it day by day. And we're constantly communicating. So we just didn't tell everybody, hey, we're closed, see you later. We are in continual communication, letting them know, hey, we're going to be back to you as soon as we can. Everybody's going to stay in the same order you were. Sorry that this is happening, but for the safety of everybody, we're going to press pause. And then as soon as we get the word where, I don't know, maybe they'll say, okay, we think the curve is flattening. And in 2 weeks, everybody can resume life again. We'll get back in communication and say, okay, let's get that schedule back on board. And here we go.
Okay. So, and that seems pretty natural because that's what you would expect from somebody that you're going to let in your home to really jack some things up to start with. Hi, Kat.
Right.
And then, ultimately, hi, Kat. We'll see. We'll get with the cat later, see if he has any words for this moment.
Right.
But, because you're going into people's homes and they're like, well, there's this guy, I've never met him before, but he says he can rebuild my bathroom. So how do you, it's kind of like a personal kind of thing in a way. It's like in their home. Like how do you assure a client, you're like, I ran a restaurant for 16 years. I'm going to fix your bathroom. And they're like, wait, what? What?
How does this work? Who is this guy?
Well, in a way, though, in all due respect, don't question. If they ran a restaurant, you're damn right they know how to fix a bathroom. They probably know how to turn the thing upside down and get it ready for health code. So it's like,
this is easy.
Yeah, that's right. But go ahead.
When we started our business is when we were actually working the Dave Ramsey plan way back in 2012 when we started getting out of debt. And our businesses actually started because they were our side hustles. We would work our regular 40-hour-a-week jobs, and then at night she would go clean houses. I'd go stain a deck, tile a laundry room, whatever. And we finally got to a point where both of us called our employers and said, I can't come to work for you anymore because we're too busy. It's actually costing me money to come work for you. So we slowly built these businesses out of necessity at first, but then they became our actual jobs. During that time, we posted on social media. We set up our business websites on Facebook using all the free stuff we could do. We got a nextdoor.com. We just started building a base because nowadays everybody believes in referrals. It's a Yelp world that we live in. And if if somebody says something bad about you, nobody will use your business. So we showed up on time, did the job for a fair price, high quality work, and asked people to leave us reviews. So that is the first way to answer the question is we built this tiny little base with a couple of customers doing jobs that maybe we took too much time on, maybe didn't make a great profit, whatever. And then that started getting us, people go, oh, we saw you on the internet. We saw you on Nextdoor. We saw you on your Facebook page because you posted pictures of this bathroom you fixed or whatever it is. And they call us. The second thing I did, and this is probably one of the most important things I did for my business, I actually started assembling products for Amazon. So when somebody buys a barbecue grill and they say, do you want expert installation or assembly? It comes up on an app on
You're
my
the
phone.
guy.
I'm that guy that comes out and puts your stuff together for you.
Brilliant. We've had a failure.
Put a bed handyman, if you ever need help.
We had a small failure in the internet there. Go ahead. You were fixing things for Amazon. Go ahead.
That's right. And so that got me into people's homes to introduce myself. They see I'm a clean guy. I show up on time, do the job, clean up after myself. introduce myself as a handyman. And one client I was just talking about, I put a bedroom set together, and I've probably done $50,000 worth of work for them.
Got it.
And they've been referring me to their friends, and it just, so anyway, the whole thing just built organically.
Yeah.
We did not go out, buy a big truck and a big trailer and all the tools and bury ourselves in debt and say, we're going to be a handyman now. It actually just happened by default.
Right. Yeah. That's, honestly, it seems like that's just kind of like how life should happen. I think,
Yeah.
So coming back, you don't really see any like for big changes. You're just going to continue to schedule and work on people's homes. It's really, maybe just a slowdown period for you.
It's just slowing down right now. Like I said, we just pressed pause. We've been in a good financial state, and we can just take some time off. We're going to work on ourselves. You want to see the list I have on my own house to fix?
Dang, that's huge.
Well, hey, the cobbler's kids have no shoes, so the handyman's house needs some touch-up work.
Right.
A lot of organizing, things like that. So we're just relaxed. We're going to get back to our customers, and of course, the exterior work will start here as soon as the weather warms up as well. Oh,
totally. Okay, so we have about a total of 2 minutes. Pardon me.
Oh wow, that went fast.
I know it goes by so fast. So you are local here in Northern Colorado. You're doing handyman work. If one wants to utilize your services, yes, I'm sure they can find you on the internet. Is there like a public house that you've worked on? You're like, I built the bust of Caesar or something like that?
Well, you cut out in the middle of that, but I think I understand the question you were about to ask. Is there something people could drive by and see or see what I've done?
Right.
You know what? I take a lot of before and after pictures and have a little bit of fun on my business page at nocohandyman.com.
Okay,
That's going
cool.
to take you to that just takes you to my free Facebook business page. But you see all the before and afters, and you'll see I'm a real guy and have a little bit of fun with what I do.
No, that's awesome. All right, Kyle. Well, it looks like the internet wants to take a lunch break on us. And we are already about 30 seconds away from finishing up this 15 minutes of your famousness.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on and speaking about what you do. And again, so if somebody wants to see examples of the NoCo handyman, Mr. Kyle Villers, how do we find you on the internet? How do we find you on all the sources?
Just go to nocohandyman.com. That'll take you out, or you can search me on Nextdoor or any one of the home advisor sites, anything like that. But go check out that Facebook page first, and you'll see what we've done.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. And we will see you again on another 15 Minutes of Fame.